At the end of the day, calories are calories, and if you want to gain weight, 100 calories of potato chips is the same as 100 calories of chicken and rice. 100 calories is 100 calories. However, how do I gain mass quickly? So I think first we have to determine what is mass. So I assume the question is how do I gain muscle quickly? If we say how do I gain mass quickly, I would encourage you to go eat at McDonald's or Wendy's every meal, every single day. Eat until you feel like you're gonna puke and then eat more, right? I can gain a lot of mass very quickly. But I think what we're trying to say is how do I gain muscle very quickly? So if I wanna gain muscle, we have to understand that it doesn't really matter how you look at it in terms of what exercises should I be doing, how many days a week should I be working? If you're not getting in enough calories, you are not going to be gaining weight. And so weight loss and weight gain comes down to calories in, calories out, right? Doesn't matter what way you slice and dice it. If I'm not fueling my body with enough nutrients, it's going to be almost, if not impossible, to gain any type of weight. The argument comes down to what should I be fueling my body with? The big three is your protein, your carbohydrates, and fats. So what of those are going to be most important? There's two camps. You have the camp that says the protein is the most important, and you have the camp that says the carbohydrates are the most important. To me, I don't care which side you're on. As long as you're getting in a surplus of calories and as long as they're coming from good sources, you're going to see that you're going to be gaining some weight. If you like your workouts to be extremely intense, you're doing some type of circuit-based training, you would be much better off increasing your calories through carbohydrates more than our fats and our proteins. This is going to help you with energy through your workout. If you're any other camp, so you're a bodybuilder or you're a strongman or you're a power lifter or you're an Olympic lifter, whatever it may be, I would say you need to make protein a bit more of a priority. You don't need quite as many carbohydrates because you're not as intense with your training. And therefore you can kind of reduce the likelihood of gaining too much excess fat versus putting on some decent muscle size. With that being said, I think a lot of this comes down to trial and error. What I don't want you to do is hear bodybuilders should have all the protein and completely avoid carbohydrates. That's a no-no. You need carbs. They're good for you. They're going to keep you alert and energized. They're going to fuel you through your workouts. So it's not an all or nothing. It is how much protein do we need? How many carbohydrates do we need? But you have to be able to be your own little kind of mad scientist. You need to try things out. For those of you who are super analytical and you like the data and you like the numbers, I would highly suggest downloading some free apps such as MyFitnessPal. You can track your calories, you can track your macronutrients. This is going to allow you to see why you're not gaining weight. This app is going to tell you, okay, I am not eating enough and I need to eat more. Regardless of how you track, the importance of tracking for many of us is going to allow us to see where I need to go. Do I need to eat more? Do I need to eat less? Some good rules of thumb: 1 gram per pound of body weight in protein daily. So if I weigh 165 pounds, I would want to have 165 grams of protein per day. If you're younger, if you're more active, if you're trying to gain weight a bit quicker, you can always increase that just a little bit, maybe 1.2. If you're more of just a gen pop individual and you're not necessarily trying to get super big, super quick, you don't need that 1 gram to 1 pound ratio. But the importance of protein as it comes to not just muscle hypertrophy, getting bigger muscles, but just keeping the muscles that we have, protein is going to be a valuable tool for you. Try to avoid the processed foods. At the end of the day, calories are calories, and if you want to gain weight, 100 calories of potato chips is the same as 100 calories of chicken and rice. 100 calories is 100 calories. However, you're not getting nearly the amount of nutrients as you would, number one. Number two is a lot of these foods, 100 calories of potato chips is not that much. And so as humans, we kind of overindulge in a lot of these sugary and salty snacks. The last piece of that is we have to understand that the individuals who are selling you these products know exactly what to put in these products to make you want to eat more of it. And so if you think that you can just go and hit your calorie count of only potato chips or only Reese's Pieces, they know what they're doing, and they're gonna make it so that you want more of that thing. And now all of a sudden, instead of slightly overeating to gain that good muscle mass, you're now way overeating. And now with the muscle building, there's also all of the unwanted fat. Biggest takeaway would be make sure you're getting your protein. Don't avoid your carbohydrates. Don't overindulge in things that come in packaging, processed foods, etc. In terms of training, your biggest bet is volume. And so what I mean by volume is getting in lots and lots of reps. This doesn't mean lots of reps at light weight. You need to go heavy. You need to apply a good stimulus to the body, and that means that you need to go heavy, but we don't need to be trying to go for a 1 rep max every day. In terms of rep ranges, on the low end, somewhere around 5 or 6. On the higher end, maybe that 12 to 15. So I would encourage you to, first I would encourage you to hire a coach. They're the ones who know what they're doing, and they can help you figure out the best program that you need. But if you don't want to hire a coach, I would encourage you to not just write down what you're doing, but write down what you're going to do per that given day or per that given body part. And then look at the total volume, is all of the work that specific muscle group is doing across that day, and add it up. Now that next week I'm referring back is, do I need a little bit more? Was that just too much? Was I unable to walk the next day, right? And you want to see yourself kind of climbing in volume week after week, little by little, and that's what's going to cause the body to need to, number one, get stronger, number two, gain some of that mass. So it's just a stimulus to an organism. You are the organism, your muscle is the organism. You're applying that stimulus, which is lots and lots and lots of volume, and that's going to allow you to get bigger and stronger.